We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. Up first, we have Belinda. She's been working on the GMTK Game Jam recently, and here's what she made.
Thank you. So, hello. I have participated in the Game Maker's Toolkit Game Jam, and so you know what I did. So, once upon a time, on a Friday evening, I clicked through my emails with no clue, and suddenly the shock. Game Maker's Toolkit Game Jam starts in 5 minutes. I wasn't prepared at all to crunch for 2 days and wasn't sure if I really wanted to participate. So I watched the video for the reveal theme and sat down with some other homies to discuss game ideas. The theme for the game jam was out of control. After some discussion, I was still not sure if I really wanted to participate in game jam and went to sleep. My approach to game jams is, shortly a little bit off topic. I love game jams because they show me how I have developed myself since the last game jam I participated. In addition, game jams are a wonderful opportunity to test things that I have had in my head for a long time, but I haven't tried yet. In addition, I still have 2 more requirements I want for my game jam games. I want the game I am developing in the game jam should serve as a prototype for a certain idea I have for a longer time in my head, and then for testing these ideas. It not necessarily needs to be the case every time, but I like it if I can find the idea I have since a time in my head. The game should be designed in a way so that I can theoretically continue working on it after the game jam and release it then for mobile devices. So nothing with a lot of key controls and that. So 16 hours after the game jam has started, of the 48 hours it takes, I finally decided that I want to actually participate in the game jam. So, and once again, I decided to create another tower defense. This had several advantages for me. I could continue to use my art assets from stamp fans. I did not have much time left because, I were the most time thinking about if I should participate. And with tower defense games, I'm now relatively fast in creating them. I wanted to implement an element system. I had never done anything like that before, and I wanted to try out this, that towers are stronger or weaker against different opponents. And I can compare the game more easily with my first ever game jam, but more about that later. So, about the element system. Again, it was inspired by a Warcraft 3 custom map, Element TD. So, here are 2 screenshots from the custom map, from the Warcraft map. And the elements were nature, earth, light, darkness, water, and fire. And with the arrows, you see which one is strong against which, or earth is weak against nature, nature against fire weak, and yeah. So I made for the 6 elements 6 different towers, which every tower had one of the elements, and I created 6 different mobs, which all have their own element. And here you see the attacker elements and the defender elements. The attacker are always towers, and the defenders can be tower or mobs. So to fit the theme with the out of control, I made some of the mobs as wizards, which can speak a out of control spell on the towers, so the towers start to attack your own towers. And so it gets a strong strategical component on how you place the tower, so that you don't place a tower like a fire tower in front, so the mobs will cast a spell on the fire tower, and then the fire tower attack. You don't want that the fire tower then attacks a nature tower. It would be much better for you if he attacks a water tower, because then he's not that strong. That's that. And then I had said that the choice of a tower defense game had also added the advantage that I can compare the game jam to my first game jam ever. only 1 year earlier at Game Maker's Toolkit Game Jam was my first game jam with the theme Only One. There I also made a tower defense game. It was actually my first tower defense game I made, and it was pretty simple. I had only one tower in the middle, only one mechanic, it was upgrading, only one enemy at the beginning, and only one round to destroy as much enemies as possible. The thing was just, you started with this tower, then there was one enemy coming. As soon as you killed this enemy, 2 new ones will spawn. And for each enemy you kill, 2 new spawn, and the goal was basically to have as much enemies on the map as possible. But yeah, pretty simple. The only things you could do was choose the enemy which you want to attack. Then it was a little bit darker. And yeah, upgrading speed and damage, nothing more. But yeah, it was my first game jam, so I was proud on it. In the comparison to this game jam now, 1 year later, and again a tower defense, I had this time I had 6 different mob types, also with special ability with the enchanting of the towers. I have had a much more complex wave spawner because the first game jam there was only that, okay, 1 mob is killed, then let's spawn 2 new mobs. This time I also have 6 different towers. You can actually build towers, towers which can attack your own towers. This time there were also a little bit nicer animation, live display, and some visual stuff, which I really missed in the first one. Different game modes, and the high score was saved, and yeah, much more. So what I liked about this was that my first game jam and now the game jam 1 year later were both tower defenses, so I could compare them with each other and see how much progress I made in this 1 year. So, and now that was basically everything. A little bit showcase of the, I think, yeah, the sounds are not mine. I have taken them from the internet. Yeah. Yeah, that sound. This tower is now attacking this one. Yeah. So, are there any questions now? Yeah.
Can you explain again, like, how is it relating to the out of control theme?
Yeah, the out of control. I haven't used it strongly. It is just sometimes here. This one with the red hat has now enchanted this tower, and this is now attacking here. And so you see, okay, this tower was attacked. That's basically everything. I didn't fit the theme very good, but yeah. That's all. So your towers get out of control and attack. Other question? Yeah, I will die. So. I'm fixated on the game.
That's
Okay.
right. I like the sound effects.
I didn't make them by myself. The next time
You didn't pick them.
yeah, I picked them.
All right, Belinda. Woo, woo, woo.
Thank you.